Hi everyone, thanks for joining me for another Zen in 10. Today we are going to start off in a butterfly pose. So that's when we've got the soles of our feet together and we just let the knees drop out to the side. Again, if you need support, you can put blocks underneath your legs to support you. And you hold onto your feet. We don't want anybody pulling. If you can't make that position happen for you, you can take your hands behind you and just drop your, have the soles of your feet together and just drop your knees out like that. Otherwise, I'm going into the position of butterfly, and we'll just slowly drop ourselves forward and relax into a butterfly. You can support your head with a block if you like, or not. Slowly walk yourself up. I'm going to move into a caterpillar pose, so that's legs out in front of you. Now if you need to sit on a block to do that, you can put yourself on a block, legs out in front of you, and just drop down over your legs. I prefer no block, so I'm just going to put mine to the side. Now again, there's no grabbing and pulling. You just want to be able to drop yourself down over your legs, getting a good stretch through the back of your legs, through in fact the whole of your back body. Relax your head and drop yourself down. And breathe into any tight areas that you're feeling. Walk yourself slowly up, and let's just bend our knees and rock our legs from side to side. Come all the way over into a Sphinx pose. You want to have your elbows, the length of your forearm apart, and hands out in front of you. Feet mat width apart, pubic bone pressing into the mat, and just open up your collarbone and breathe into your heart. You can release that down and come into broken wing. Extend your right arm out, roll onto your left hip and support yourself. Let's take it to the other side. Extend the right arm out, and we'll come onto the right hip. Let's roll over all the way onto our backs, and we're going to go into banana pose. So you want to take your feet over to the left hand side of the mat and have your hips, let's start again. Hips in the middle of the mat, feet over to the left hand side and shoulders over to the left hand side. You want to make sure that you try and keep both shoulders onto the mat and both hips onto the mat. So you're actually just getting a good side body stretch. If you want to take this a little bit deeper, you can cross your right leg over your left leg. You should be feeling a really good side body stretch here. And let's take it over to the other side. So take your feet back to the middle of the mat and shift your hips a little bit over towards the left hand side. Take your feet to the right hand side. Lift your arms up over and your shoulders. Wiggle them a little bit over towards the right hand side of the mat. If that's enough of a stretch for you, then that's fine. Otherwise, take your right leg over your left leg over your right leg and just have your hands over your head and feeling into the stretch on the left hand side of the body. Make sure your shoulders and your hips are both on the mat. And let's release that back to center. Put both feet flat on the floor. Right leg up. Cross it over onto your left leg. Make sure your foot is flexed. And we'll go into reclined pigeon. You can hold behind your thigh or over your leg, or even if this is enough of a stretch, just work with your body and what works for you. Let's release that down. Take it over to the other side. So extend the left leg up, cross it over your right knee, and bring your leg in towards you. Hold behind your thigh or your calf. Let's release that down. You can take your feet about mat width apart and just windshield wipe your legs from side to side. Let's extend the legs out, hands down by your side, and we'll move into Shavasana. You want to feel yourself really supported by the earth. Relax down into it and just focus on your breathing. Thank yourself that you've made time to come to your mat again today, even though it's only 10 minutes. You can stay here as long as you like, Otherwise, we can roll to one side, come up into a seated position, hands overhead, and namaste. The inner light in me bows and honors to the inner light in you. Thank you so much for joining me for another session today. Namaste.